Alright, this is a test. Today we're going to talk a little bit about what to do with fractions, turning a fraction into a decimal, turning a decimal into a percentage, and then using that to predict something. Let's try this. Let's say we want to know what percentage or how many people who wait tables have a college education or any kind of, certificate or some sort of advanced training beyond high school. So, we take a little survey and we find out that um, 3 out of 30, 3 out of 35, 3 out of 35, how about 3 out of 33? No, about 4 out of 50. 4 out of 50, let's go with that number. 4 out of 50 have some sort of advanced training. So, 4 out of 50 servers have this is a ratio. 4 out of 50 servers have some college education. So, 4 out of 50, it's one way of expressing that. Or 4 out of 50. A fraction of servers have some sort of college education. Well, this is one sample group. So we went out and talked to 50 servers, and they said 4 of them said, "Yeah, I've got some sort of education, and I'm on my way somewhere." And some of them have been doing it for 20 years and on their way nowhere. Okay, so we want to turn that into a decimal, and then turn that into a percentage. So 4 divided by 50. Do that in our calculators. We're going to get we're going to get 0.08. Try that in your calculator. You'll get 0.08. Once we have this number, we can do two things. There's a couple methods here. We can move the decimal place over twice. Okay, 1, 2, 2 places. Or one other method would be just to say 0.08 times 100. And then what we do with that number once we get it, and in this case, we can kind of just rewrite it, is 8.0 or just 8, same number. And then we add the percent sign. 0.08 times 100 in our calculator, we'll also get 8.000. It doesn't matter. 8.0 and 8, same number. Okay, so now we know 8% of the people that were surveyed. So 4 out of 50 equals 8%. What this ultimately means is 8 out of 100. That's what percent means. Percent. Out of 100. That's what this word means. Cent. Century. There's 100 cents in a dollar. There's a lot of uses for that. I don't know. It's probably Latin or something. Okay, so that's how we're dealing with. We get some sample data. Now, we could use this to predict any number. Let's say that 4 out of 50. Let's say that's normal. So what if I said, what if we said, you have a group of 5,900 servers. If 8% have some college education, how many is that? Well, the easiest way is to get 8% in our calculator. So we go 8 So when we have 8% and we're trying to get it to a decimal, we don't multiply this time. We strip off the percentage sign. We divide it by 100. So this is going to be like 8 divided by 100, and we get 0.08. The other method was, because the decimal place, if it's not shown, it's always just to the right of the number. The other method would be to go 8, assume the decimal's right there, and move it over 1, 2 places. Put your dot. Well, you got an empty spot here. We got to do something with it. We got to put a 0 there. So we end up with, using this method, we end up with 0.08. Same thing. Once we have this decimal, we can get it into our calculator. So in our calculator, we'll say 0.08 times 5,900. And off the top of my head, I'm not sure I can figure that out. Whatever the answer is, that's how many, 8%, in other words, 8 out of every 100 people well, how many do we have? 5,900? Well, I have, how many hundreds are in 5,900? The easiest thing to do is just fire it in my calculator. I don't have a calculator handy. No, don't have a calculator handy. It's on my phone, and my phone is busy taking this video. One thing we could do, actually would be not too hard, would be to take 59, because there's 5,900 times 8, because I know out of it, there's 8 out of every 100. So if I have 59 hundreds, 9 times 8, 72. 5 times 8. Out of this group of 5,900, it's more than likely that about 472 of them have some sort of post-secondary education. So what we can do here is we can take some sample data like we did in the first part, which was, you know, we learned that we took a survey. We learned that 8%. Perhaps that's normal. When we take that, what we consider normal, that 8% that we found, and we apply it to a bigger population. This happens all the time. This is very useful. You're going to have to trust me. All right. Any confusion? Rewatch the video.